Hi friends, welcome back to another fascinating edition of Socially Distant, and because the statute of limitations is still in effect, I'm Brian Noonan. I will apologize at the outset. If you happen to hear a dog barking in the background, that's my hound Gidget, who is very, very protective of the yard. So if anybody even dares to walk by on the sidewalk, she will go crazy. It doesn't help the fact that the next door neighbors have their grandchildren visiting and the kids are doing what kids do, playing outside in the backyard, which to Gidget is a cardinal sin. So if you hear some barking, just roll with it. It's COVID-19 time. We're all stuck at home. So, a dog might bark. That's the way it goes. All right, we are almost 3 months into this and people have been doing their best, most of us. We're washing our hands, we're disinfecting packages, we're staying socially distant, we're wearing masks, we are staying in our protective bubbles. But some people are getting tired of this. Now, are these people just the willfully ignorant deniers of a virus who believe it either came from a 5G cell phone tower, a man-made lab somewhere in China, or that it just doesn't exist at all? Probably some of them. But for the rest of us, it's a real thing. Science, that's right, science says that quarantine fatigue is real. Quarantine fatigue. Have you been washing your hands a little bit less? Have you been a little more lax about wiping off a package when it gets delivered from Amazon or Chewy or whoever it is you get your packages delivered from? Are you not as panicked about wiping down every piece of merchandise from the grocery store? I know I have. Now, I'm still washing my hands. I'm still using wipes. I'm not an animal. But I was kind of hygienic beforehand. But now I also figure stuff in the house, if we're not going anywhere, it's clean. I'm not wiping down my computer every time I sit down at it because I'm the only one using it. And if I'm not sick, I'm not going to get anybody else sick. Well, that may or may not be the case. Here's the thing. Because we've been doing such a good job up to this point, social distancing, sanitizing, washing our hands, keeping our fingers away from our face, and all the other things that scientists are telling us to do, we've seen numbers drop. That's why states are reopening. That's why businesses are reopening. That's why we're able to get out and do things more and more. The problem is, according to scientists, that once people don't see tangible results, they tend to get lax. So it's hard for us to believe that, if we keep doing all this, if we keep washing our hands and we keep washing our packages and we keep staying 6 feet apart and we keep wearing masks, that it's going to work because we don't really see it and people's minds are not wired that way. So, intangible benefits need to be paid attention to. Just because we can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. It's like Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny. Any other thing that you take on faith, you gotta believe that the benefits are going to be there. So, according to scientists, if we follow the recommendations about sheltering in place, washing our hands, wearing masks, and disinfecting grocery deliveries, we can only reduce and not eliminate the chance of getting COVID-19. And therein lies the problem. Because people are like, well, if it's not going to eliminate the problem altogether, why should I do it? Well, because it's going to decrease the chance. Nothing we really do can decrease risk 100%. We wear our seatbelts so we don't fly out the car window. Now, is it going to prevent the fact or make it sure that we're never going to get in an accident? No, but it helps if we do. So we have to put aside these intangible benefits and realize that they are going to pay off, rather. So, how can we sustain vigilance in the face of pervasive intangibility? That was the scientific question. I'm going to give you an answer. It may not be scientific. It's probably not. You know why? I'm not a scientist. But I am a guy with crazy hair, so I look like a mad scientist. So we need to remind ourselves, like I said, that life rarely offers certainty. Realistically, nothing we do is going to have much traction because of the intangibility of effects of preventive behaviors. That's according to the scientists in this story. So best policies are those that eliminate the need for individual decision making altogether. That's a good point. Because, as I've said before, we can trust businesses to operate in their best interest, but we can't always trust each other, can we? No, because some of us do whatever we want to do. Because the man isn't going to do anything and tell me what to do. I'm an American. I'm going to do whatever the hell I want. Well, we can't operate that way. So, we need to make sure that stores ensure grocery carts and public spaces are kept sanitized, which everything I see is doing it. All the restaurants and bars are keeping social distancing in place, at least here in Illinois. I'm not sure everywhere else where places are opening woohoo, willy-nilly, and cases are starting to climb. Whether you want to believe it or not, all indicators are we're going to have to go through this again. So put aside the fact that you can't really see the effects and know that it's coming, all right? They're also saying that maybe policymakers compel companies to maintain these measures in order to stay open, which I think is good, and some little fines. I don't know. I like the stores that are telling you have to wear a mask. It doesn't hurt. Wear the mask. When you sit down at your table, if you go to a restaurant, then you take the mask off and you eat and drink and you have fun, you put the mask on. It's for everybody. All right. What does this all mean to you and I on June 11th, 2020 as we enter our third month of quarantine? I don't know. I guess it means even when you think we're completely safe, we're not. The virus is still out there. We have to continue to take measures to protect ourselves and everybody else. So, if you're thinking about it, I don't need to really wash my hands, just wash your hands. You're not a pig. Wash your hands. We should have been doing that before. Wear a mask. Is it getting hot? Yeah, but you don't have to wear it all the time. Wear it if you're around other people. It's simple. Don't let quarantine fatigue win. Battle it. Your mind is strong. Or at least it should be. But we've been sitting home, so our minds are probably soft from binging Netflix and day drinking and everything else we've been doing. All right. There's my lesson for the day. I don't know if you're going to listen to me. Probably not. But at least think about what it said. This is all science. I actually researched. So, fight quarantine fatigue. That's my message for you today as we go out on this beautiful day and battle an invisible warrior. Fight quarantine fatigue. Stay vigilant. That's my message. Until next time, friends. Stay safe. Stay vigilant. Stay clean. And as always, stay socially distant. Bye.